Hello students, here's a quick video guide for week one. Um, I'm just going to go over what we need to accomplish this week, and then I will make separate videos for the assignments. And so once you log into the course, scroll down to week one, open the module, you will find an overview that lists the various steps or assignments we need to complete for this week. And because it is week one, it's quite extensive. And so just keep that in mind as you start working. The first step is to join the Remind. And it's a one-way messaging system. And as soon as you click on that link, it will explain how to join. We use Remind to communicate with each other. It's anonymous. We're not sharing phone numbers or anything like that, but you can send a quick text message to me or to your peers through Remind. Okay, and I answer those messages rather quickly because they just pop up. I get the notification on my phone, and I can usually respond quicker than an email. Take the course survey. It's right here. You'll complete this survey. There's several questions and steps, and so it'll probably take you 15 to 20 minutes. It is for a grade, and so go ahead and complete this. It's really, the questions are geared just to help me understand if you have any special needs or special requests, and so I can understand you and get to know you a little bit better. Okay, so that's one of our assignments for the week. And then there's some notes we need to review, narrative notes and descriptive notes. Please take a minute to look at these. This is just my collection of notes from teaching writing for many years and using many different textbooks. And so this is as brief and informative as I could possibly make it. So it talks about writing a narrative, what we need, context, who, what, where, when, why. We need a meaningful topic. We need to talk about, are we going to do first person point of view or third person? And this is important. We need to have details. We need to show, not tell. So we create scenes through our writing. Here is one way to organize a narrative. It's a useful way. I call it a kernel essay. Where are you? What are you doing? What happens first? Next, finally. And these are just some tips. Okay, so review the notes. They are helpful, and you're expected to incorporate these skills or strategies into the writing. Here are some descriptive notes. Okay, and it talks about how to add details, some strategies to use to add details to our writing. Imagery, which are sight, sounds, taste, touch, smells. They appeal to our five senses. Be specific. You can say red, but one shade of red might pop into your brain while I intended another, because I want to be as specific as possible. And here's some different ways to describe color and appearance and sounds and smells and textures. We want to use more powerful verbs. We don't want to say is walking. It's better to say strolls or stomps or what's another, swagger or crawl. We should include our thoughts as just as their dialogue. It's dialogue going on in our minds and then actual dialogue. Also, to make our narratives more powerful and our descriptions more vivid, we can create comparisons like similes, metaphors, or personification. And this guide tells us how to do that. So it's a very useful document. If you are struggling to write some details and description, refer to one of those two documents. And then finally, here's the assignment that we are going to work on. And I will create a different video for that, the first assignment. If we could keep scrolling, these are the steps that we will go through. Here's the overview of the assignment. Here's the actual assignment. It'll open up a Google Doc, and we will need to make a copy and do our work on the Google Doc. Once we have finished the assignment, we will post the link to the Google Doc on this form. And then you'll download the Google Doc as a Word doc and submit it here where it says assignment. And then finally, you'll post the written response in a discussion board and reply to your 2 peers. That's just part 1 for week 1. Again, week 1 is rather busy. Then we will complete a second assignment for week 2. Okay, here's the overview for that assignment. Here's the actual assignment that will open onto another Google Doc that you'll make a copy and complete the work. You'll post the link to this on the writing form. You'll submit the assignment here, and then you'll post a second discussion. Okay? That's it. Let's do Sunday midnight. After you've done the writing, we complete this writing reflection, and that's due Monday, the following day. It gives you a little time to get the work in, think about it, reflect, and then answer some questions here. Okay, that's an overview of week 1. I hope this helps.